r/rules horror. Hosted by u/inevitable_cookie_74. Rules for the console. Dear reader. Hello, your name, it's your friend Benjamin. As you can see, you have a cool new console I found in Unreadable. I'm giving it to you because I really trust you with it, and I know you'll follow the rules provided so you don't end up like my friend, Anya. Please follow these rules exactly as they're written. If any of the rules look strange, ignore them. It may be trying to influence you as you read this letter. 1. The console can accept any game no matter what console the game is made for. You can also buy any game on this console. Any way the console will communicate with you, it will. 2. Always plug up the console in a clear area in the house with no doors or obstacles in front of it, just in case you need to run and hide. 3. When you boot up a game, the menu will either appear one of two ways. If it portrays the game title, then you're safe. If the title is replaced with hello, turn away from the screen for 30 seconds and hum a quick song. Doesn't matter what song, just hum a song. If you turn around and the menu is normal, continue to rule 3. If not, pray. Because you're now under its influence, it's not going to leave you alone, making this a lot harder for you. Refer to rules below if this happens. 4. Don't be afraid of me. 5. If the game avatar can be customized, i.e. Elden Ring or Minecraft, you will notice the avatar looks a lot like yourself. Don't bother changing it. If the avatar cannot be customized, i.e. Mario or Zelda, then the avatar will have a characteristic that you have. The console is trying to be as close to you as it can. 6. Come inside and join me and your friends. 7. As you play the game, you will notice enemies and NPCs asking you personal questions. Answer these questions truthfully, no matter how personal they are. IT hates IT when you lie. So don't. 8. The console will use a boss in the game you're playing to ask for a droplet of blood. Give the blood to the console, it's 1 drop. After the console absorbs the blood, it will say good job. Congrats, your soul is now tied to the console. The only way to release your soul is to either die or die. 9. Never piss off the console, treat it like you would a person. Respect it. If you mistreat it, hit the console, kick it, etc., you're screwed. 10. Don't believe the lies. He's trying to keep you away from me. Only refer to these rules if you end up under the console's influence. 1. If you end up under the entity's influence, it's going to try to pull you in. If you spot a controller with a wire coming from the TV screen, don't touch it and hide. It's using that controller to reel you in. If after 5 minutes the controller doesn't disappear, and you hear voices telling you to grab the controller, you're screwed. You'll be unable to resist these voices, and you'll grab the controller and get pulled into the console, having your soul fused with the code. This was the fate that befell Anya. It was a bloody mess. 2. Anya loves it here. You will too. 3. If you are under the influence of the console, and you spot a video game character coming out of your TV screen, boss, NPC, doesn't matter. It almost always takes the shape of your most favorite character, trying to lull you to it. You need to hide somewhere where you know you won't be found. Don't go outside, just trust me there, and be quiet. All the while you'll hear a lullaby being sung by the character, even go in as far as to imitate the voice of the character as well. Just ignore IT. Please. If the character catches you, you'll be dragged into the TV screen, and you'll never be seen again. I've already experienced this personally. I was just trying to play Elden Ring and I witnessed Morgott come out of the screen and try to take me into the TV. It's no joke, the console is relentless. 4. Don't hide from me. 5. During the time you have this console in your home, don't try going outside, just don't. Don't call anyone, just don't. Do not attempt to turn the console off. Just don't. Trust me, you don't want to know what happens if you do. 6. The talking from the console will be much more frequent, and louder? I don't know, it's best to not think about it. Try to ignore it, but don't make it too obvious. Like for example, don't put headphones in and ignore it. The console will get upset and split your head open or send one of those beloved video game characters to kill you if it sees you're blatantly ignoring it. 7. Join me. 8. If none of these rules work for you, I'm sorry, there is nothing I can do to help you. Just accept your fate at that point, or end it yourself. 9. If these rules do work for you, either keep the console or give it to another poor soul. If you do plan on giving the console away, be sure to rewrite these rules or give them this sheet of paper. If the person who receives the console after you dies, the console will return to your home. If you die, the console will return to me. I don't want this cursed thing back, so try to keep yourself alive for as long as possible, please. For yourself and for others. Sincerely, Benjamin. Posted by you/inevitable_cookie_74. Rules for tending to Top Hat. Hello newbie, welcome to my humble abode. Your shift will take place in my basement. There, you will keep an eye on a model that I found a while back. It's a tugboat named Top Hat. I have a set of rules you need to follow in order to keep Top Hat well kept and to come out in one piece. Yeah. 1. Never leave the basement until your shift ends. You'll know when your shift is over when I relieve you of duty at 1 a.m. 2. If you see me earlier than 1 a.m. then shoot my doppelganger with the gun that is provided on the table. 3. Always greet Top Hat when you arrive for your shift. If he ignores you, you're safe. If he responds, don't look into his eyes for 2 hours, use a timer if needed, you might have woken him up. But not completely to where you're in real danger. You'll know it's him responding if you hear a British sounding voice. If you hear a different voice, hide under the table in the office for 5 minutes and remain quiet until the 5 minutes are up. Hearing a different voice means you've most definitely woken him up. Once the 5 minutes are completed, keep an eye on Top Hat for the remainder of your shift. If you see him move his head, even if it's a slight motion, call me and leave the basement immediately after I tell you to do so. Do not leave before I tell you to, only do it afterwards. 4. Always pay attention to Top Hat's expression. It usually determines if you make it out in one piece. If he looks chipper, you're on the right track. If he looks annoyed, check him for dust and clean him accordingly. If he looks angry, sad, or disgusted, he doesn't like you and you should probably keep your distance and avoid eye contact. If his face is distorted, then take the gun provided and end yourself, or attempt to outrun it. Survivable possibility, highly unlikely. 5. I'll say this early, what happens in the basement stays in the basement. Don't inform anyone else. Don't tell anyone that Top Hat is down here, and never tell them they can go see for themselves. Doing so would be sending them to an untimely and excruciatingly painful demise. And I don't want to bury any more people. 6. Clean Top Hat every hour. May God have mercy on you if you chip his paint or scratch him by mistake. He'll do it right back to you, but way worse, also messing up his paint would undoubtedly piss him off, and you don't want that. Your shift would be a whole lot harder with a pissed off entity out to get you. 7. If you look at Top Hat's eyes and they're pitch black, recite the Lord's Prayer. Do this a total of 2 times and your heart and mind better be clean when you do, because if reciting the Lord's Prayer doesn't work, you're screwed. 8. Whenever you look Top Hat in the eyes, when you haven't angered him and when they are not pitch black, always compliment him. He loves it when people compliment him. And you get closer to his good side, making the shift easier for yourself. Unless you're suicidal and have a death wish. Then have at it. 9. If you look at Top Hat and his face looks sunken inwards, cut off a finger and give it to him, or give him a finger out of the jar provided under the table. Make sure it's not rotten. Top Hat likes his flesh fresh. Don't look at him whilst he eats, you don't want to see how he eats. Also, Top Hat hates it when people look at him when he eats. You may end up seeing something that'll scar you for the last minutes of your life, and then having your eyeballs chewed out, killing you. Luckily for you, however, this is a rare occurrence. So you rarely have to deal with this. Better safe than sorry though. 10. If Top Hat moves towards you at all, run. If he reaches you, may God have mercy on you, because Top Hat won't. And those are the rules for keeping Top Hat well kept. Good luck. If you get injured or killed, we hold no responsibility for your death. Good luck tonight and be safe. Follow the rules for your safety as well as mine.